Hello everyone, it's Murida here. I'm going to be focusing on the story mode of the game, so let's get to it. By the way, I'm using the Japanese civilization as my empire for its military bonus, but I believe story mode is different. Without further ado, let's begin.
Enemy attack! All troops, stay alert! Your Highness, a tribal army suddenly showed up outside the city.
Don't panic. Let's head out and meet them.
Looks like I'm not going to be using my own civilization for this one. Josephine is Supreme Empire, whatever that is.
I'm deeply regretful that I did not meet you in person at King's Land. Your beauty far exceeds the legends, Lady Josephine. I am the chieftain of this region. Call me Kruvis, the Khan of the Grey Wolf tribe.
You barbarians followed Belikar and sacked Kingsland. You murdered my father.
Oh, take a deep breath, my fair lady. Your empire is no more. If you leave those useless memories behind, I believe that you will set aside your hatred for us.
Set aside? Since the war began, you have soaked the lands with the blood of numerous innocent people. The entire place reeks of your crimes. Every breath I take reminds me of you. My father is watching over me. So is Karl, and millions of Imperial citizens. Their eyes are keener than sharp arrows that bury deep into my heart of guilt. The pain is so great that it keeps me awake at night. Set aside? Never, barbarians. I will not set aside my hatred. So long as I live, the Empire shall stand!
Instead of drowning yourself in fantasies of regaining your lands, why not hand me your holy sword? Life will be easier for you. I'll even let you live in peace under my rule.
How dare a mere chieftain of a clan covet the holy sword of Imperial power? Belikar would be so glad to learn about your plans.
Do not fear. The great Khan does not need to know what transpires here. So have you made up your mind, Lady Josephine?
Over my dead body!
I never wanted to resort to violence, but you never gave me an alternative. I shall take my leave. As for you, enjoy your last moments alive until we next meet.
We must build up our forces quickly and prepare for the war. We don't have much time.
Sorry for the stuttering. The game went into power saving mode every once in a while.
I prepared myself for the tribes to arrive, but I could hardly contain my anger when I saw the detestable face of Kruvis. I remember him. He followed Khan Belikar to sack Kingsland, forced the death of my father, and utterly destroyed this country. He has a great price to pay, and it will not go down that easily.
Crown Prince Josephine, I am Count Aston and former Margrave of the Marchlands. It is my honor to meet you here.
The invasion of the tribesmen has shaken our borders. I did not expect to see a loyalist noble here.
Your Highness, we share the Empire's glories and humiliations. Loyalty is expected of me. I am here to ensure your safety.
Since you are the former Margrave of the Marchlands, how much do you know about Kruvis?
His Grey Wolf clan is one of the most powerful tribes. After the fall of Kingsland, Khan Belakar lets him rule over this land. No one can stand before his terrible horde.
Kruvis will only defeat our isolated forces. But... Can you get in touch with other governors?
Of course, Your Highness. Any orders you wish to convey?
We must unite every governor. This is the only way to stand against the tribes. By my name, Crown Princess Josephine, and the Holy Sword, I hereby create the Holy Alliance to fight against the tribes.
Did you really?
I did. I found Historica.
Wonderful. Oh, this is truly wonderful. I knew it, Your Highness. We shall drive out the tribes. Final victory shall be ours. I shall relay your command to the other governors. May your royal authority be everlasting.
Now that we have support from a local lord, Kruvis can no longer threaten our existence.
The tribes are powerful. We can barely be their match even if we unite as one, let alone when the tribes invaded, the Imperial Lords broke and fled, exposing Kingsland to the ravages of war.
But since you know that the nobles cannot be relied upon, why would you accept the allegiance of Count Austin?
Because we must unite every force we can. We are too weak, and friends are necessary. This is why we need to build an alliance, even if our allies have suspect loyalty.
Pretty humble for Josephine to have only one guard alongside her.
Having a local ally gave us some respite from the threat posed by the tribe.
Not really having the need to read all that. Why is Axel slacking around?
Your Highness, Kruvis has been raiding our lands. Thankfully, aid from the Alliance helped to minimize our losses. And there's Count Austin. He has nominated himself to lead the defenses of Titan City. What would be your...
Tell him that we have enough forces to protect ourselves. His aid will not be necessary for now. How is our military recruitment?
There are a few minor issues, Your Highness. Many villagers refuse to serve the Imperial nobility. Those in the Derville north of our land made their refusal extremely clear. They closed the village gates to keep the recruitment officers out.
Why would these borderland villages hate the Highborns so much?
They said when the barbarians invaded, the nobles abandoned their posts and fled, leaving the small folk to fend for themselves.
These peasants only draw breath thanks to the graces of their noble lords. How dare this thankless herd sully our reputation and rebuke our officers? Filthy peasants!
Manners, Lord Austin.
Apologies, Your Highness. I shall not stand and watch this humiliation go unpunished. Let me bring an army to Derville, and I shall teach them what happens to the disobedient.
Austin, one shall not point their sword against their own subjects, no matter the reason. Furthermore, they are not wrong.
Your Highness, a lion isn't the lord of the beasts because of its beautiful mane. You must be feared in order to properly command your subjects.
I have decided.
Fine. If such is your Highness's choice, Austin shall obey.
It feels like this Austin guy is quite the treacherous type.
Our recruitment efforts didn't go as planned. There are many other villages like Derville. The peasants have been agitating against their noble lords for a while, and may start a revolt at any moment. I have insisted on keeping Derville untouched, and none speaks of punishing the poor village anymore. However, I can see that Austin is displeased. Perhaps there are misunderstandings between us. A wider gulf than I've expected.
Austin might not hold his position for too long.
Thank goodness not every village is as stubborn as Derville. Your Highness, recruitment is slow, but we have made some progress.
We have enough forces to defend the tribe's harrying, but if Kruvis unleashes his entire horde on us... How goes the recent battles?
I was about to discuss this, Your Highness. We have not lost any battles so far. But the tribe's actions have made it impossible for our lumberjacks and miners. We're almost out of building materials.
Are there any foreign merchant caravans we can trade with?
Not many merchants would dare trade here, as they run the risk of getting raided by the tribes. A few intrepid caravans did come through, but their prices are dear.
Seems we'll have to start our own caravans to transport the building materials. Forget it. I'll lead the forces myself and use the secret tunnels. We can't afford any risks here.
A leader who's not afraid to get alongside her people, that's what people love. Nothing to fear, he said.
I've been waiting for this moment. My delicate rose has finally decided to leave her cozy greenhouse.
How did you...
This secret tunnel of yours isn't that secretive at all. Come, Josephine. Let's finish this long-awaited battle.
Looks like there's a mole among the people.
Retreat now, Your Highness! I'll cover you!
No. I said it before. I will not leave anyone behind again.
This is my choice. Commander Carl made the same as well. Your life is our only hope. Please sleep for once. Do it for us. For the Empire!
No. I can't.
I'll help you decide. All die here!
Your Highness! Historica! Historica is glowing!
Never heard of this Historica. Is it the feminine version of the Excalibur? This has got to be Joan of Arc.
Joan of Arc has answered your summons. I shall protect you with my own life. Everyone, follow me. Escort the princess back to our lands.
And Kruvis threats are no more, for now.
Historica! It's that godforsaken piece of iron again! You can run, Josephine, but you'll never escape!
Kruvis is like a creep that was rejected by Josephine.
Once again, Historica saved my empire. And me. Perhaps my fate is in the hands of some greater will. I can feel the eyes gazing upon me from an unseen realm. But I welcome this sensation. Oh, if this mysterious almighty power can hear my voice. I, Josephine, hereby solemnly swear, if you help me defeat the barbarians and rebuild my empire, everything of mine shall be yours, including my own life, and my very soul.
Greed, that's not good.
It's our land. We're finally back. Deputy Axel!
I'm here, Your Highness!
In the name of Crown Princess, I shall always remain at your side in battle, and I shall fight till my final breath. This is my glorious fate. There is no fighting or rejecting it. I no longer wish to run away again.
But the life of the liege is everything to a knight, Your Highness.
There are times when you are less stubborn, and that's when you're the perfect deputy. Speaking of which, this mission of buying building materials with our own caravan didn't end well.
Crown Princess Josephine, I've heard of your difficulties in matters of trade. I'm Will, an agent of the Blood Whips, pleased to be of service. I believe our organization can be of some help.
Your Highness, the Blood Whips are the largest auctioneers and traders in the Marchlands.
Tell me about this help that you can offer.
I've heard that your land is short on building materials. We happen to have plenty of them. Should you need anything, we can deliver vast amounts of goods to you at any time.
Cruvis has set his eyes upon these lands. The tribes won't be merciful towards those who do business with us.
Greed is good. We also have exclusive deals and discounts for you, my magnificent Crown Princess.
And what are you asking for?
Gold, the beautiful, sparkling metal. Our prices may be steep, but not by much. I believe they're still rather reasonable, given the wealth you have.
I accept your proposal. When can you start delivering?
A wise choice, Your Highness. My caravans arrive once every 7 days. I look forward to doing business with you. Well then, perhaps it's time to take my leave.
That's a businessman, all right? Why do the chapter's name have to be so bleak?
Your Highness, the Blood Whips do make their deliveries on time, but I know that you hate the slave trade. So this is a matter that you must be made aware of. The Blood Whips may look like a typical auction house, but they run the largest underground slave market in the Marchlands.
The law seems weak in the Marchlands. My father has outlawed slavery, and the Empire enforced these rules for quite a few years. How dare these people ignore the Imperial decree? The Alliance has laws against slavery. People would eventually report this to me. How do the Blood Whips get their slaves?
There could be slave traders who sell their captives to them. Most slaves used to be Imperial citizens.
Damnation. Can someone get to the bottom of this?
We have a few leads, and they might have something to do with the tribes. I'm afraid a few nobles of our alliance might be involved.
Members of the Alliance dealing with the tribes? I really have underestimated their audacity.
The suspect is a baron named Terry. Count Austin vouched for his membership. The villages of his domains are subject to constant tribal raids, but he reported none of it. In fact, several tribal raiding parties actually passed through his lands unmolested.
Austin recommended this man?
Your Highness, I suspect that Count Austin actually knows of this matter.
Summon Terry to my presence. I shall ask him myself. And do let Austin know of this matter. I would like to know his response.
Called it earlier. Austin is a treacherous snake.
I have erred, Your Highness. Please, grant me mercy. Give me some time. I shall ensure that Baron Terry answers for his grievous crime.
This isn't your fault, Count Austin. Baron Terry has committed those crimes. I've called for him, and we will arrive at a verdict soon enough.
Thank you for your grace and justice, Your Highness. I have been negligent and oblivious to his secret dealings with the tribes.
Your Highness, Highness!
What is it, Deputy? Have you brought Baron Terry here?
Your Highness, Terry, the Baron, killed himself before our men arrived.
What?
Baron Terry always had a problem ruling over his land. Perhaps he worked with the tribes to get barbarians to destroy the villages that disobeyed him. He's a weak and useless man. When he learned that you found him out, he feared your power and decided to take his own. Your Highness, I'm afraid this is as far as our investigation can go.
A lord that lets the barbarians raid his own people. Do we need a better example of a lord? I wonder if he ever thought about his innocent people killed by the tribes during his last moments of life.
Your Highness, Baron Terry may have done a foolish thing, but he is a noble. The lives of the peasantry are not equal to his.
Is that what you think, Count Austin?
It is the rule, Your Highness.
The princess still needs to be wary of this Austin guy, count or not.
Baron Terry's sudden death prematurely ended the investigation on the slave trade. I sense that Austin knows more, but he did not share it with me. I will not give up. I've asked my deputy to seek out the base of the slave traders. We will find something, and I will eliminate this problem from its very root.
Careful when treading dangerous waters.
What are you looking at, Count Austin?
By your leave, Your Highness. Just a book for passing the time. Ancient tales about the local sages.
Manuscript of Astlar. Is that the ancient philosopher?
I was just skimming through it. The entire book is written in ancient writings that are extremely abstruse. But I heard that Astlar lived in the marchlands. There's even a local monastery that was supposedly built by him.
Legend says that Astlar granted my sword Historica to Andre, our very first emperor. Once we completely defeat Cruvis, I shall personally visit the place where the philosopher once lived.
Yes, Historica, the legendary relic, the king's blade and symbol of power. Such legends are always enchanting, aren't they?
I have a question, Count Austin.
And I shall answer it.
What do you think about the slave trade?
Huh. Your Highness, is this a test?
I just wish to hear your honest opinion.
Your will is mine as well, Your Highness. True, I believe the slave trade can bring great wealth. But you have made it forbidden, so the trade shall not exist in my domains. This is the most honest answer I can give you.
So, not in your domains.
Cruvis is getting stronger, and he will launch a full-scale invasion sooner or later. Don't you need my forces to protect you? For the sake of your safety, and for Historica.
Thank you for your generosity, but I don't intend to rely on anyone. I'm afraid I might disappoint you, Count Austin.
Sorry about those disconnections.
Austin made a promise that there would not be any slave trading in his lands. But I knew what he meant. He has yet to forbid it in the lands of others. And many petty nobles pay him homage. There will be a next Terry who takes the risk. We have not found any evidence so far.
The root of the problem is still around.
Your Highness, I bear urgent news. A tablet of prophecy was unearthed at the Metatron Monastery, the one situated at the northwest corner of the Alliance territory.
Prophecy? Deputy, is this why you look so flabbergasted? I thought you found tons of gold. That would be a finding that warrants my full attention.
No, this is different, Your Highness. The monastery is unlike the others. It is...
Wait, is Metatron Monastery the one built by Aslar?
You're right. The very same sage and legendary mage who gave the sacred sword to the Emperor. The tablet also appeared in the most extraordinary of circumstances. Several days ago, a lightning bolt suddenly struck the hills behind the monastery during a heavy rainstorm. It split apart a great rock. Someone then found the tablet that was buried deep within it.
Aslar, can this be a coincidence? What does the prophecy say?
I don't know the exact words, but it has something to do with the future of the throne. Now everyone has their eyes set upon the tablet. Even the tribesmen have been stirred by its discovery.
Where is Austin right now?
Austin was worried that the tribes might make a move, so he led his forces out once he caught wind of the news.
We should follow up immediately.
Your Highness, we need time to prepare our forces. And even if we march, I'm afraid we won't make it there in time.
If Kruvis made his move, then we have more than the tablet to be concerned about. The monastery itself might be in danger. Summon my guards. Do not burden yourselves with too much equipment. We set off at once.
No point dilly-dallying, huh? Everything destroyed. What a waste. And like Axel has said, they won't make it in time. What can they get from this carnage?
Curses! Your Highness, we're too late. The tribesmen have razed the monastery to the ground. They also broke the tablet and took the pieces with them. We're still looking for survivors. We also found a symbol of a wolf's head, painted with blood on the floor of the monastery's main hall.
The mark of the Grey Wolf clan. It's Kruvis. The barbarian taunts us. Where's Austin? I thought he moved out before us.
Count Austin. He was ambushed by tribesmen halfway through his march and only just arrived.
Heavens above! Thank goodness you're all right, Your Highness. If anything were to happen to you, 1,000,000 deaths would not suffice to atone for my crimes.
What about you, Count Austin? It seems the tribes did not cause too much mischief on your forces.
Thank you for your concern. But the ambushes only intended to slow my progress, and retreated after a brief standoff.
Your Highness, a soldier just reported that we found a survivor. A nun led a few clerics into hiding in the secret catacombs of the monastery. They survived the murderous tribe.
That is extremely fortunate. Make sure these poor souls are given proper refuge in our land. In the name of the Empire and Historica, I shall avenge the dead.
Thank you for your kindness, Crown Princess Josephine.
Your Highness, this is the nun I mentioned. Her name is Linda.
It's you. No, it can't be. How is this possible?
That would be a long story. It's been a while, my lovely daughter. My sweet little Rose, you have grown.
What the heck was that? Who could that nun be? This mystery is killing me.
I once again realized what helplessness feels like during the unexpected reunion with my mother. I remember that she was declared dead when I was just a little girl. 20 years of separation has created an invisible barrier between us. The person bound to me by blood, felt so unfamiliar to me. Perhaps I should start learning about how to be a proper daughter.
So it's her mother, huh? That's uncalled for. Guess that's it for now. I'm gonna have to wait a bit until the next chapters come out. Until then, see you and goodbye.